question. When I used to live at home, my mum in the kitchen had this plaque, and the plaque read, "I'll stop putting things off starting tomorrow." And every time I go to the kitchen, I'd always read that plaque and try to make sense of it. But what do you make of that quote? "I'll stop putting things off starting tomorrow." Do you see that as a disease that we're living with in our spiritual lives? That we know to do good, we know we ought to pray, we know we ought to be reading the Bible, we know we need to be going to liturgy and living the sacramental life of the church, but there's always tomorrow. Like, tomorrow I'll get to that, or I'll do that, and what if we keep doing that for the rest of our lives? So I'll stop putting things off starting tomorrow. Abuna.
Yeah. I remember actually hearing or reading that the devil's favorite word is tomorrow. If we always put things off for tomorrow, then we actually fall into one of the sad realities that we read of in the gospel, where you have the rich man. He's a rich man. He's got so much that he actually can't store everything he has in the barn that he's currently got. So he said, "I'll pull down my barn and build greater, and then I can put all my stuff in there, and then I can say to my soul, eat, drink, be merry," all of this. And then what happens in this story that Jesus is saying is that this man gets word from God that says, "Fool, this night your soul is required of you." And so the reality is tomorrow is not always going to come. There's a song where they say, "If tomorrow never comes, keda." And so whatever is important to do today can be done today. And the most important thing is to actually live with God. I love the story of the prodigal son, because he was in the deepest pit he could be in, lost everything, had nothing. And then the question is, what did he do to deserve to come back to his father? And if you look at the parable of the prodigal son, he actually did nothing. He just wanted to come back. And just wanting to come back and taking the action of coming back was enough to be received. And so if I only have a desire to be with God, in God's eyes, that is enough. That is enough. So just go, and then you'll be received with joy and with celebration.